What I'm about to tell you happened over 30 years ago. Sonia was just 9 years old, and this was a significant day in her life. You see, it was 6 months after the divorce, and her mom was going out on her first date, and she was so excited. That evening she turned to her and said, "Sweetheart, you'll be fine. Just keep the doors and windows locked." And with that, she left. And Sonia had never been left alone before, but she wanted to be brave for her mom. She wanted to be strong. The truth is, she started to feel a little nervous. But everything was going okay until somebody started walking up the front steps of the house. And something about that just freaked her out. So she ran into the kitchen. She got the biggest knife she could find, ran into the bathroom, slammed the door shut, and stood there in the dark, holding that knife, waiting for what was going to happen next. Now, I met Sonia 30 years after that event. Now she's the CEO of a company that's growing, that's profitable, with $30 million in revenue. Sonia had heard me speak at an event like this, and she came to see me, and this is what she said. "Umar, I'm a world-class micromanager, and it's really getting in the way of the company. You see, it took me 2 years to get the right management team around me, and every decision that they make, rather than let them do it, I have to take control. And pretty soon these people are going to quit, and I got to figure out why this is happening and stop doing it." Sonia, I want you to think of a particular time where you felt this urge to micromanage. Umar, it happens all the time, but just the other week I was talking with a client and there was a problem going on, and I just knew that I had to take over. Excellent. I want you to go back to that memory fully and completely. I want you to see what you saw back then. I want you to hear what you heard back then. When you do those two things, you get to re-experience what you were feeling. Go ahead and do that now. Oh my God, I'm feeling this uncomfortable feeling over here, and that's what I felt back then. You see, what's happening is, when things happen to us, emotions and feelings come up in our body, and oftentimes we kind of push them down, but that's where the answers lie. Had I asked Sonia, "Have you felt this feeling before?" what she would have said was, "Maybe." But there's a tool from neuroscience that allows you to link any feeling with your unconscious mind, and your unconscious mind records everything. And when we create that connection, a lot of things get revealed. So that's what I did for Sonia, and instantly this is what came up. Oh my God, I'd forgotten this. Sonia told me the story of what happened all those years ago. You see, when she was in that bathroom holding that knife, she had a thought, and the thought was this: to my mom, men are more important than me. And from that thought, she created a belief: the only person in the entire world that I can truly trust is me. And that belief had been driving that behavior that caused her to micromanage for 30 years. Once we identified what it was, we used some tools from applied neuroscience to change that belief, to set her free. And a couple of weeks later, I get a phone call from her, and this is what she said. "Umar, I'm not sure what you did, but the urge to micromanage, that's gone, but something weird's happening." Something weird? For the first time in my life, I can truly appreciate my accomplishments. That's what I want to share with you. Is that in our society, we think change is hard, it's difficult. If it's ever going to happen, it's going to take a long time. But I'm here to tell you, with neuroscience, we have the ability to create change consistently, quickly, and make those changes permanent. Ta-da!